the NBA offseason is basically over. I mean, all the big free agency signings, the draft. Of course, Kawhi Leonard is there. But other than that, pretty much every major signing has been done. So, let's recap the winners and losers of the NBA offseason. Starting out with the first winner, this should be pretty obvious, the Chicago Bulls. Chicago, even while getting Nikola Vucevic, was not good last year. They didn't even get a play-in spot. That's bad, especially considering the talent they have with Levine, Vucevic, and the Chicago Bulls. Last offseason, they didn't really do anything. That was their first year under the new management, and they kind of let last offseason ride a bit. This year, though, a different story. One of the first moves of free agency was Chicago acquiring Lonzo Ball. Then, Alex Caruso. Lonzo can be a good facilitator. He doesn't need to be the primary option or even like the third option. He can be the third option behind or fourth behind Levine, Vucevic, and someone else we'll get to in just a second. So Lonzo can really be a 3-and-D guy. He can facilitate. There's a lot of flexibility in what Lonzo Ball can do with the Bulls, and in my opinion, it's a great fit. He can also play some defense for the point guard position too. Then the Bulls signed DeMar DeRozan. This one is a big one. DeMar, yeah, he is old. He's 32. Okay. But DeMar DeRozan's still an incredible player. In his couple years with San Antonio, he really developed into a facilitator. He was averaging 7 or 8 assists. He was the highest assist leader. He was the assist leader on the San Antonio Spurs. So combine him with Levine, Vucevic, Lonzo, that's going to be tough. And then they're starting 5. And then you put Patrick Williams in at the 4 spot. Or 3 spot, that's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough to guard. And off the bench, too, they're not bad with Kobe White, who's not a bad player. He just needs time to develop, in my opinion. And he can't be in the starting 5. But if coming off the bench, he'll have a great role there. This team is looking good, and that's why they're a winner. Let's get to a loser now, the LA Lakers. Yes, I know the Lakers basically reconstructed their entire roster. But I'm still categorizing this as losers. Why? Because, let's face it, the Lakers have no spacing besides Kendrick Nunn, who's going to be a third-year player. The Lakers don't have spacing. The Russell Westbrook trade. Russell Westbrook is a pretty similar player to LeBron. It's just that LeBron is 3 times as muscular, and he's bigger. But other than that, they're the same player pretty much. And combining him, Westbrook has no shooting. LeBron won't shoot that much. AD won't shoot that much. Who's the shooter on that team? Who are the shooters on that team? For me, it's just an awkward fit, in my opinion. And I don't know. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. Also, the Lakers are old. Carmelo Anthony, Trevor Ariza. Why did you get both of them? I don't know why you get Carmelo. Unless LeBron asked the Lakers GM to, because yes, Carmelo can score, sure, but when it comes down to playoff time, is Carmelo going to be helping you out defensively? Probably not. And that's the thing. The Lakers are going to be one of the best regular season teams in the league just because they have talent. Westbrook will score 20, maybe even more, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. He'll get this triple-double. LeBron James will score 25. AD will score 25 at least. And this Lakers team will be fine in the regular season. But in the playoffs, I don't have much faith in this team, especially considering that they don't really have much shooting besides Kent Bazemore and Kendrick Nunn, who are both role players. And for what the Lakers had to give up, KCP, Kyle Kuzma, and Montrezl Harrell, that's tough. And getting Dwight Howard, too. I don't know why the heck you do that, but Anyway, I don't see the Lakers being a good playoff team. They're gonna be a top 3 or 4 seed just because they're gonna win a lot of the games against the bad teams, and they'll win a lot of games against good teams too, just because they have talent. But in the playoffs, a lot of that won't matter, especially in a 7-game series. Let's move on to another winner, the Miami Heat. I'm gonna skim through this one because I already made a video on it. It should be in the cards right now. Go check it out. Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker, bagging Jimmy Butler, re-signing Duncan Robinson. It was a pretty good offseason for Miami. I'm going to go back to another winner here, which is the Golden State Warriors. Now, the Warriors, they didn't trade for anyone, I should say. They didn't trade for anyone big. And what they did was baby steps. But it was I wouldn't say baby steps, but it was needed steps to win a ring. Now, what the Warriors got was Otto Porter, who's a good 3-and-D, Nemanja Bjelica, who can stretch the floor, and Andre Iguodala back, who is one of the best defenders in the league, still at like 38 or 30, however old Andre Iguodala is. And Andre Iguodala spent, 6 years with the Warriors, won 3 championships, and the Warriors can still trade for Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons really wants to go to the Warriors. Apparently, he wants to go to the Golden State Warriors, the Clippers, or the Lakers. So, with that being said, the Warriors can either make a splash or they can keep what they have right now. And the best thing about their roster is they can hide the development of Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody. Moody is more NBA ready, as Kuminga is pretty raw in terms of talent. He still needs a lot of work. Moody, he's more NBA ready than Kuminga, but the Warriors can develop Moody and Kuminga, but also hide that because they have Jordan Poole, Juan Toscano Anderson, Bjelica, Otto Porter, Andre, Kevon Looney. They have a ton of guys who are going to be really solid off the bench while they develop Kuminga and Moody. And guys, let's think about it here. Wiseman's going to be back. Clay's going to be back. This Warriors team with Curry, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Wiseman, that starting 5, that plus the bench, because the bench is really solid too. This is at least a top 4 seed. Now, how Klay Thompson will fare when he comes back, or how will Steph do? How will Draymond do? Will he regress? How will Wiggins do? Now, that all depends. But that team itself is a top 4 seed. They can go higher. And that's what we need to see from Golden State. That's probably going to be it, honestly. I don't have another loser. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all liked and enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.